So, boys, this weekend, seeing as we've just finished recording, a new trailer came out. And it was a trailer for Kingdom Hearts 4. And seeing as we're here, I've seen this trailer. I was surprised by it. I didn't know it was going to happen. And it happened. I was caught off guard. And I know you boys. I'm not sure how big of fans of the franchise you are. But I know for a fact you haven't seen this trailer. So I thought it'd be fun to get your live reactions. So, Davey, fill me in. What's your experience with this franchise? And what do you think of this goofy-ass looking motherfucker?
Right, I'll be totally level with you guys and with the audience here. Kingdom Hearts means very little to me. Now, I'm a Final Fantasy fan, albeit quite a distant one now at this point. I did actually get a copy of Kingdom Hearts, and it was like a collection. I think I won it at like a tournament years ago, and it had kind of all the Kingdom Hearts in one thing. And this was just before Kingdom Hearts 3 was due to come out. And I gave it a go. I gave it a fair shot. I think I put 5 hours in. And really, I did nothing. And when it comes to Kingdom Hearts, it's a fusion, obviously, of Final Fantasy and Disney. I've just got an issue with having Donald Duck in my party. I love Donald as much as the next guy. I'd never want to be mates with him. Ever. He would stress me out. He's always going off the handle. He's just walking around in a sailor costume, hardly speaking English. He's like stumbling over his words all the time, like he's got a speech impediment. Not a fan of dealing with that on the daily. I think short bursts, maybe. Not in my party. And Goofy, you're just asking to be accidentally murdered. From him just bumbling about, maybe impaling you with a sword. Or just bumbling about near a cliff edge and whoop-de-doo, you're dead. And it's all Goofy's fault, right? I just want to be there, cozy on up with Tifa, maybe Aerith if she's still knocking about in this universe. Just have a quiet time and just get to know those girls. That's all I'd want to do in Kingdom Hearts universe. So for that reason, Kingdom Hearts ain't for me. What about you, Phil? What do you feel about this one?
Kingdom Hearts. It's not a game I own. I'm coming at this from a place of complete ignorance. I do recognise the franchise. I know a little bit about it. I know that you play this character. Yes, he looks absolutely horrendous. There's nothing attracting me to want to play this character. And I do know it sort of introduces, the Disney characters and has those partying along with you. But outside of that, I'm sort of fresh. I'm sort of new to this. So let's see. I'm really interested in seeing what's in Kingdom Hearts 4 and react for you.
We ready?
Let's go.
I'm ready as I'll ever be.
Okay.
I really thought it was going to be like in a year.
We're not going to get dinosaurs dropping from the sky, are we, in this game?
Who knows?
Oh, it looks pretty pretty. War has changed.
Is that meant to be the same character?
That's the same character. He finally has normal-sized feet.
あなたはこの世界に来て7日間ずっと眠っていたの。ここはクワットラトム。聖者の世界ではあるけれど、私たちにとっては死の世界ってことになるみたい。
What is going on? Which Disney character is that?
That's a Heartless, mate.
The guy filming it on his phone. Classic. I'm over my tweet limit. Damn you, character limit.
Oh god.
Oh wow, this is really cool, man.
Very ominous figures. Okay.
There he is, showing his ass to the world. Not a
He's
care.
caked up.
Oh god, hearing Goofy in Japanese is terrifying.
That's so off-putting, isn't it, when you hear a character that you know and love speaking in a different language?
And Donald still sounds exactly the same.
Magic in the making. Coming 2064.
And that is it. So we'll leave this on screen.
Wow. Wow. That has...
Where do we start with that?
So, this is what happened as far as I'm concerned. So, Sora has woken up. He's now in a different world. Because as far as I know from Kingdom Hearts, you go into different worlds. Like, you go into, I don't know, Mary Poppins world or whatever. And they're like, oh, no, now we need to go to Bed and Broomsticks. Bed, Knolls and Broomsticks world. And they're like, oh, okay, let's go play football against those bloody tigers or whatever. And they're like, oh, now we've got to go to Cinderella Land. And they're all moving around. So he's obviously gone into, I guess, like a real life place, or a place that is like, maybe it's the same place that Final Fantasy, the one where we're all in the cars, whatever, 14 or whatever it was, whatever one that was on PlayStation 4. Probably gone to that world, so it's a bit more realistic, looks actually good. And he's walking up there, and then some massive monster attacks. Some guy on Twitter gets murked. Some guy in a red car gets absolutely destroyed. He shoots some magic at him and the trailer ends. And that's it. That's my plot synopsis for Kingdom Hearts 4 trailer. Am I bang on the money?
He's had a bit of a glow up though, hasn't he? He looks a lot better than the character you showed us at the start.
He's had a huge glow up, but I do have to say that typically in Kingdom Hearts games, he takes the appearance of the world he's in. So in that game, he might still be that goofy motherfucker that degenerates have come to know and love, because we don't love him. But it might just be due to that world that he looks the way he does. We have no idea.
I gotta say, it looked fantastic. That was...
Especially the opening scene, right?
It was
with like
really,
the forest and stuff.
It was really impressive. From graphically now, it looked great. I thought it looked really, really good. And in the action sequence there, now obviously I don't know how much of that is actually gameplay, but it certainly looked like gameplay, and it looked great. It looked really kinetic. It looked like kind of the best fighting that you have in like Final Fantasy VII Remake kind of style, like that kind of actiony kind of style. It looked really good. I can't believe I'm saying this. That normally, every time I had to sit through one of those Kingdom Hearts 3 trailers, I remember every time I was like, oh, God. Because it's always just moments where it's just voiceover, someone just, their mouth going, and then it's like, I'll get you, time, or whatever they say, some random nonsense. My heart can't be taken by you, by the heartless. And then it would just be like, in a world, and then move on. This kind of, it did grip me. That was a really, really good trailer. Really good trailer. Really surprised by how much I actually enjoyed that. Don't know about you guys though. How are you feeling about this one, Phil? Because you're definitely going into this with the same kind of malaise of I don't really care about Kingdom Hearts as I have. So Are you kind of feeling about this the same way I am?
As great as the trailer was, and yeah, it was very impressive, nothing in there has really convinced me to pick this up just yet. Obviously, this is the first trailer, is this correct, for Kingdom Hearts 4?
Yeah, it's the first anything we've ever seen.
All right, well, put it this way, the next trailer, I'm going to watch. I'm very open to watching the next trailer when it comes to Kingdom Hearts 4. And that's what it's done for me. It's not making me rush out. It's not making me pre-order. I haven't gone out and got that collector's edition with the, little figure of Donald Duck and Goofy for my desk just yet. But we'll see. We'll see for the future.
What about yourself, Spence? Does this kind of put you back on the bandwagon of loving Kingdom Hearts? Or are you very much being a wait and see kind of mentality, same as Phil?
Bro, fuck Kingdom Hearts. Kingdom Hearts 1 and 2 are fantastic games. Kingdom Hearts 3, I've heard nothing good about it. And even though graphically speaking, this game looks beautiful, and I truly think it does. Obviously, this is a first kind of showcase. They've put the kind of layouts out here, but it's definitely not gameplay, in my opinion. They did the same thing with Kingdom Hearts 3 trailers, where they just put in fake gameplay and put the shit over there. Like, not once during this sequence does he actually press a button. It's bullshit. It's all bullshit. So this hasn't filled me with a lot of hope. I think it looks really impressive, graphically. If they can bring everything else in, it'd be cool. But I know that the story is such a fucking mess in Kingdom Hearts that even if I did buy this game, because it looked so good, there's no chance it would make me revisit the old games. Because they're like 30 hours a piece, the story's a mess, and I don't care enough. I'd just be looking at this as a sole experience. But similar to Phil, I would need the next few trailers to influence that.
I've got a quick question for you, Spence. How does Donald and Goofy fit into all this? Where do they come in with fighting this big monster that obviously I don't recognise? I'm assuming that's a reoccurring character from previous Kingdom Hearts. Am I right there?
I don't think so. There are many different forms of the Heartless. And this is just a giant one, I suppose. He's got less hearts somehow than the Heartless because he's bigger. But typically, Donald is a spellcaster. Goofy's kind of like a tank with a shield. And they kind of just do their own thing whilst you go about doing what you do. And you can like get them to heal you or get them to cast spells and stuff.
So they would be fighting with you?
They would be, but at the moment in time in this, it looks like you're kind of astray. It looks like you've come to this world on your own. So I don't know exactly how it would all tie in. We need a lot more information.
So possibly,
but typically, that's how it worked.
we might be going to Disneyland, like Davey was saying, and doing all these wild things with the Disney characters, as well as having this kind of real life or more realistic experience.
Yeah, it definitely seems like that. There's one thing I've seen on Twitter from this trailer, and I'll try to find it, but I have no idea where in the trailer it is. I'm sure it's in the forest section. It's there. Up there. You see that move? Oh no, you don't see it move. You see it. And it's... Where is it? Come here. It's that thing there. And it's like an 80s foot.
Oh, from Star Wars, you're saying?
People think. From Star Wars.
Right.
Because obviously Disney owns Star Wars now.
Oh.
So people think this is a Star Wars
So potentially we might even see a Marvel world within this.
Potentially so, yes. People think this one's going to be based more on either video game worlds, which would be very cool, or involving Disney's newer purchases, such as Marvel and Star Wars, yeah.
I mean, that would be cool. I gotta say, like, that kind of thing, that would definitely get me more in the door. I mean, I love Disney stuff, don't get me wrong. Like, I love pretty much every single Disney movie I've ever seen outside of Cars, because that entire franchise is trash. It's terrible, mate. It's really bad. Yeah, even my son doesn't like it, and he's 3. He's got taste as well, apparently. But yeah, I think terrible opinion on that one. He's terrible. I think seeing it in like Star Wars, Marvel, stuff like that, that's a way to kind of get me in the door. Maybe more so than, go into Cinderella World or whatever. Because as cool as that is, it's not really something that I'm craving to go visit at all, actually. Actually, yeah, I don't really care at all about that, about any of those worlds. But yeah, going to Endor and fighting on Endor, which that could look like, I suppose, the forest area. Hell yeah, sign me up. I'm down for that, as long as I can bin off Donald and Goofy somehow and get maybe some other people in. Can you imagine what Donald's going to look like in that real life scenario, where it's just a duck with a little costume on? I mean, it'd be really cute, right? It'd be really nice. Until you look at Goofy and he's like some mangy mutt that you got just dressed up in a costume. Terrible. It's going to be terrible. You'd want some cool characters in there. Maybe get Chip and Dale or something, just throw them at people. Like little, just throw a chipmunk at that giant thing. Yeah. I think they should bring as many characters as they can into that world, especially like Little Mermaid should be completely useless on land. She just flopping about on land.
You say Donald is the spellcaster. Can't we get Scarlet Witch involved? She's part of the Disney, ownership these days. Can we swap them out? We need a tank. Bring in the Hulk.
It's true. I mean, in the games, typically, whenever you visit a world, that world's main character usually joins your party. And there are some instances where you bin off party members. And usually people always do just bin off Donald. Because, let's be honest, you don't need him. As a spellcaster, he can do all the same shit you can. You only ever need him to heal you. And that's basically it. And his voice, let's be honest, you don't want to hear that the entire time.
No.
So, I mean, yeah, but granted, if you're getting Scarlet Witch on your side, Sora ain't doing nothing. He's going to sit back, grab her sex on the beach, and just watch.
Bit of a difference in power class there, isn't there? Let's be real. Between, like a Marvel character and Sora. Although saying that, they're probably doing something stupid with Keyblades, going through multi-dimensions, hitting people through, I'm going to hit you into this dimension now where it's Nightmare Before Christmas. Oh no, he's hit me through multi-dimension doors with his stupid giant key that he uses as a sword. It's not even serrated apart from the end where it's just an actual key. I mean, if you ever stab yourself with a key in your pocket, it does hurt. It does actually hurt. But I wouldn't really class it in the same way I'd class it as a knife, right, or a sword. It's just you're just literally clobbering someone to death with a giant key. That thing must be light as hell because he's got skinny arms. So I don't know how he's even carrying that thing. To be fair, if I got my ass kicked by a guy looking like that, I think I'd just jump off a bridge, to be honest. I'd end it all. I wouldn't ever want to go back and see anybody and they'd be like, oh, didn't you get your ass kicked by that guy wearing size 20 Clarks? Like, yeah, I did, yeah. I'd never want to live that. I'd never want to experience life after that kind of ass beating. But no, I think from what you showed me, Spence, you've actually got me interested. And I suppose that's all a trailer needs to do to be a success. So I'm glad you showed me that. I really enjoyed that trailer. I never thought I'd say that in a million years. So well done, Kingdom Hearts 4. Well done.
Same for me. I'm a little bit more interested in Kingdom Hearts. If it comes up on Twitter, I'll give it the time of day. And that's where I'm at.
Decent. Well, I'm glad I was able to show you boys the light.
I suppose we'll stay tuned for more Kingdom Hearts in the near future. In PS We Trust is hosted by Davey, Phil, and Spencer. You can write into the show via our email, pswetrust@gmail.com. Our Twitter is @InPSWeTrust. To find each of us online, follow our Twitters, @SSJDavey, @PhilipHoy, @SpenPie_. Thank you for listening. Take care of yourselves, take care of each other. See ya.